What is up, my broskies? Welcome to the Cool Girl Pod with your host, Kalina. That's me. If you're new here, which you all are new here because this is my first ever episode, then welcome. What is the Cool Girl Pod, you may ask? That's such a good question. Let me break it down for you. Alright? First of all, I am Kalina, and I'm starting this podcast to embrace people to be fully themselves, learn a little bit more about themselves every day, learn that everything's gonna be alright. Just like little tidbits of life, a little bit of life advice, a little bit sharing my experiences on certain things, and just something that you can turn to if you want something to watch or if you feel like I help you in any way, which I hope that I will and do. And yes, here I am, live in the cut. It is such a beautiful day. I'm really taking it in. I was just sitting, planning out my first episode here and what I want to talk about. Sorry, I got my notes right here because your girl gets lost sometimes. So, what is the mission of the Cool Girl podcast? My mission is to help you embrace confidence, your authenticity, build your self-worth and confidence because you deserve that and you owe it to yourself to do that and to be that and to be fully yourself and be proud of it and not let outsider noise and people tear you down, because life is fun and it's supposed to be fun and you're supposed to have fun with it, and like despite our challenges we persevere. We're going to be talking about lifestyle, confidence, friendships, self-discovery, just fun topics, a little bit of everything. It's mainly about the cool girl. Excuse me? It's mainly about the cool girl energy and what that means to you and how that you can embrace that fully and share it with the world and be a sprinkle of magic. So, what do you say? Are you in? Maybe? Okay, continue watching if you're in. And if you're not, that's okay. I forgive you. First ep, we're going to be... Sorry, let me turn this down a little bit. I feel like I'm not spitting in your face, but I'm like... Okay, sorry. For this first little episode idea, we're going to do... What does it mean to be a cool girl? What is a cool girl, you ask? What does it entail? What do you think of when you think of a cool girl? Do you think of yourself? Do you think of someone at work that you think is so cool and awesome and that you're happy to be around them? Someone that you see on social media? Yeah. There's so many different versions of cool girls for everyone. So let's dive deep into it. Let's first talk about the old cool girl stereotype, because I feel like in the early 2000s, granted, I was just a youngin', but from like movies and stuff, there was always the cool girl. And like obviously the popular high school mean girl, which we are not that. That's not the cool girl. They were always chill, low maintenance. They love guy stuff. They're into sports, let's say video games. They can dress down but still look like super attractive and hot. And then, which is all cool. If you like that stuff, that's all great. But they never get jealous, needy, emotional. They're basically the perfect girlfriend for the male fantasy, or from the male's perspective. So that's like the old school cool girl, like so nonchalant, never has, oh, a fox. It's adorable. I think that's the one that has mange, though. I hope not, because I thought he passed. Anyways, I hope he's doing good. Anyways, what's the problem with this kind of cool girl? There is not necessarily a problem. Like, if some people are genuinely like that out there, and that's cool. Everyone's cool in their own ways. But I feel like the media and everyone try to make it seem like that's the person to be. But what's the problem with this? It typically requires women to shrink who they are to fit this male idolization or like expectation, and we don't do that over here. We do not do that over here. Like, they're just hiding their true selves or pleasing other people, and it ends up not being sustainable or authentic. And that's not cool. Always in the movies, early 2000s, do you remember, like, the girl, let's say, John Tucker Must Die, perfect example for this. They, like, try to get the nerdy, not so pretty girl, she was gorgeous, for John Tucker to like her so she could ruin his life, blah, blah, blah. But, like, she was, like, nerdy and not cool and was smart. But, like, she was the it girl. And then there was all the popular girls who, like, would try to make him like them more or try to win him over. And, like, it just wasn't it. So, what is really the cool girl vibe, aka your best self? That's a question. Sorry, I had an itchy. That's the real question to ask yourself. Being a cool girl in today's age is all about being confident, self-aware, unapologetically yourself, without feeling like you have to fit in a certain box. You're just you, and people vibe with it, and if they don't vibe with it, then you could care less, which is so fun. Sorry, I gotta look at my sheet because I get camera shy. The traits of a genuine cool girl, and this is all my own opinion, if you think you're cool and awesome and you don't align with these, then that's great because you are cool and awesome because you believe in that, and that's really all that matters. But in my opinion, it's authenticity. She knows who she is and doesn't fake interest to fit in. Literally so true. You want to go vibe and do your own thing and not care. And then there's the chill energy where she carries herself with calmness, is calm, confident. She doesn't sweat about the small stuff, which we could all work on. I could work on that every single day. Sometimes the small things really get to me, and then I'm like, wait, this doesn't actually matter. Will this affect me down in the long run? No. So it's important to take a second to realize in that moment. But she's overall genuinely pretty calm, cool, and collected. Or if there's like a certain problem, she's not afraid to face it or ask questions or be like, hey, I didn't like how this played out. We can chat about it later. I need time to think about the situation. Like, that's a cool girl. That's a cool girl who can handle her emotions. And that's pretty sick. The cool girl has good vibes. She uplifts others, has a good sense of humor, always cracking jokes, can actually, like, make fun of herself if need be, doesn't get defensive, is just not too serious about everything. I don't know, just having good vibes. You can read people off their vibe and if you vibe with them or not, and I don't know, it's cool when you vibe with certain people. She has passions and purpose in her life. She has her own passions and goals. She has a life that's not centered around impressing people, which is so important to not have the external validation from others. She's working on something. She's working on herself. She has goals and she's working towards something and working out. I'm sorry, I sneezed. Yeah, just a cool girl who has goals, because who doesn't like working towards things? Next one is empathy and kindness. That's a big one. She's not too cool to care about people's vulnerability or emotions, like writing certain things off, which I feel like when you think of like having a cool girl mentality, it's a lot of the time people think of just being like hard or like at this one level and that's all I am. But no, you can understand people, understand opinions, give your own opinion. Excuse me, I burped. I'm sorry. I hiccuped. Just seeing other people's sides is so important. Yeah, having empathy, which a lot of people don't have these days, or they really just lack it. And it's actually kind of concerning with the amount of people I see these days that have a lack of empathy for others. Because everything comes down and it's all about them at the end of the day. When it's not, you can put yourself in someone else's shoes and try to think from a different perspective. All right, people out there? Anyways, this is just a short kind of little intro, first episode, podcast, episode. Yeah, what does it mean to be a cool girl? You are cool, kind, you're in tune with yourself, you can say no, you can stand your ground, you could be easygoing at times if need be, you can say when something's bothering you. You're just truly like confident, and you're not afraid to be real, which I think is so cool in people, like people who have the traits to be real in like a real nice way. There's like the real people who are kind of mean, and then the real people that are like nice. Like, that's freaking cool. A lot of people don't have the balls, including me sometimes. Like, that's something I work on too. We are all ever evolving cool girls, including myself. I'm trying to always be better and to understand things better and to just be a great version of myself that I am proud of and that I like. And if you resonate with that and want to join moi, you should definitely follow this podcast and follow along on my episodes, because I'm going to be talking about everything from self-confidence to having the cool girl energy to how to like have more self-respect. Literally, I got a whole fat list here. And did you see it? A whole list. And I would love for you to join if you're interested in being better and being cool and being fun and awesome and just living a happy little life. Like Mort from King Julian. He just lives in his own world. Sorry. So yeah, if you want to dive deeper into the craft of cool girl energy, please follow along and listen. Keep an eye out for future episodes, and I would love to have you here and hopefully help you out. So thanks for listening into my journey. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. And I like talking into this microphone. It's so fun. Yeah. Kalina out.